Hey guys, so if you want to learn how to set up your skins and your names with Delta to play on your own, or if you're playing with multi, here's how you do it. So each of these bubbles here are essentially their own profile. So say for example, you want to play with a certain name today and a different one tomorrow. You can do that here. That way you don't have to keep changing your name or copy and pasting into the same name box. It's already set up for you. It saves time basically. You can do the same thing here for skins as well. So this is the box where your name will go. So I'll just put my usual name, for example, Nova. I'll just copy and paste that here. And as soon as you enter a name in that first box, you will see it automatically adds it to the second box. That's fine for now. We'll leave it as is. If you're a multiplayer and you want your multi's name to be different than your main cell's name, I'll show you how to set that up in a bit. But for now, we'll just leave this as is. So now if we left click and then right click on the second bubble, we can set up a totally different name. So here I have Agario, just as an example. So if you go back to the original first bubble, you can see we had two profiles with two different names that we can switch between if we want to. Now the tag box here is essentially a private room. So you have your teams list here. This is anyone who isn't Delta along with you, who's playing in the same server as you. Normally when you play, anyone in this list can see any messages that you enter into the Delta chat, and you can see theirs. If you want to play in a private room, either by yourself or with a group of friends, you can enter any combination of letters or numbers here that you want. So I'll just put 1, 2, 3, and automatically the teams list disappears. That basically tells you that you're all by yourself. If you want to go back to the regular Delta area where you can see that teams list again and talk to your friends there, all you would need to do is just remove that tag, and you can see that the people that are playing in Delta along with you are back. Now, this first custom skin box here represents the Imgur skin that your main cell will have. And then the second box is your multi's skin. You can use either images or GIFs here. You can upload them to Imgur and then get the Imgur link to put in these boxes. But it's important that you make sure that the link says i.imgur.com. It must have the i.imgur part or it will not work. So if I just grab a random skin, paste it in this first box, you can see that it needs to say i.imgur.com. Also, MP4 links will not work here. So if you have an MP4 that you want to use as a skin, it will not work. So the boxes turn red when there's an error. If you want to use an MP4, all you would need to do is just replace the .mp4 part to .gif. And right away you can see that it's working. So now here on this first bubble, you can see that it says 1p plus 2p, which just means that both player 1, which is your main cell, and player 2, which is your multi, are both using this first bubble. That is completely fine if you don't care if your main cell and your multi have the exact same name and the exact same skins. That is also fine if you are playing without a multi and you're just playing with your main cell. But if you want your multi to have a different name or a different skin than your main cell, this will not work the way it's set up. This cannot say this. You will need to basically tell Delta that you are using bubble 2 for your multi because your multi needs its own profile. So to do that, we would just left click on bubble 2, right click on it, and then left click back on bubble 1. So now we can see that player 1, your main cell, is using the first bubble and your multi is using the second. So now you don't have to click on bubble 2 to update this information. So to change your name or your skin for your multi itself, you can now do that on just the first bubble because you have already told Delta that you technically want to use the second bubble for your multi. So, for example, you can see here now we have Nova and we have Agario, two different names. We also have our skin set for our main cell, and the custom skin box for our multi is now empty. So if I just grab another skin real quick and paste the link here and change .mp4 again to .gif, we'll now see that we have a different skin for our main cell and a different skin for our multi. And that's basically all there is to it. If you guys have any questions or you want to see anything else, drop a comment and let me know. Bye, guys.